Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Hey, Janardhan, welcome. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gora Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gora Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gora Bhaktavinda, Nityananda, 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 Gora Chandra, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Hey, Hare Krishna, Sim, welcome. Gauranga, 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 oh my Lord, Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna. Say Hare Krishna so I can see who's here. Otherwise, I can't tell. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Hey, Hare Krishna, Evo and Edward. Welcome. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, 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 my Lord Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Ah. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hey Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Hey, I'm on. Lalita, welcome. Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Ooh, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Krishna. Oh, Krishna. Oh. Ah. Krishna. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Oh. Can't take it anymore. Krishna. Okay. Woo, Krishna. Hare Hare. Ah. 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 Hey, I got a signed book to give to Govinda. A lot of signatures. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow, man. This is true. And I get a sense of that bliss in Vrindavan. It's fantastic. It's unbelievable. Ooh, Krishna. Krishna. Hare Hare. Hey. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Uh-huh. Some childlike pastimes of Krishna here. Yes. Day by day, moment by moment, Lord Gore's body grew. Day by day. He became like Mount Sumeru. His sweet words were like a flooding streams of nectar. His sweet words were like a flooding stream of nectar. His sweet words were like a flooding stream of nectar. His sweet words like a flooding stream of nectar. Krishna, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Nimai, Nimai, Vishwambara, 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 Vishwambara. Vishwambara, Vishwambara. Nimai, Nimai, Nimai. Krishna, Krishna. Ah, Krishna. Hari Hari. Ah, Krishna. Yeah, every day is my lucky day to be with you all too, man. This is fantastic. Day by day, Lord Gauranga's growing in us. Do you feel it, man? he's getting he's getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, more mature. More mature. He's maturing. Because we're being like his mother, feeding him spinach. Mm. Uh, Glory, glory. Uh, he said, maybe, what is this? Oh, yeah, yeah, I like this passage. God, I like all these pastimes. Ooh, I don't want to miss one of them. Let's go back. In this way, the night passed. Then the sun rose, and Sachi's son then went to play with the other boys. For some moments, rolling on the ground in the courtyard. He was covered with dust. Seeing this unhappy Sachi said, "Your glorious body is like a golden statue. Your glorious body is like a golden statue." I cannot compare it to anything. It is like the moon in the sky. It is like the moon in the sky. Why do you roll your beautiful body in the dust? That is like biting your mother's head. After saying these words, Sachi washed the dust away and then kissed her son's face. The hairs of her body stood erect. Her eyes were red. On another day, Sachi's son went wandering with the other boys of his age. Under the tree by the Ganga's bank, they played like monkeys. Uh, 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 They stood on one foot. Hearing this, Sachi went to the Ganga's bank to get Lord Gaurari. With one knee up, the other knee down, he stood on one foot. Seeing this, Mother Sachi loudly called out to him. Seeing his mother, Lord Gaur fled. Like a maddened elephant, he ran. Catch him, Sachi called. My lord, the jewel of the Brahmins, continue to run. Sachi pursued, but could not catch him. Lord Gaur ran home. Once home, he grabbed every pot and every vessel, and he threw and broke every one. She rested her finger on the side of her nose. Sachi wanted to punish him. Lord Vishwambara bowed his head in shame. His whole body trembled in shame. As he bowed his head, tears streamed from his eyes. His face was like the moon. His face was like the moon. Tears streamed down from his eyes. His eyes were like restless conjuna birds. His tears were like strings of pearls. Gazing at Lord Gore's face, Sachi became filled with love. Hugging him, she said, "My bad boy." Holding him in her arms, Sachi said, "I must wash you of all these things from the house." In this way, Lord Gorahari enjoyed many pastimes. Sachi had no power to understand her son's mind. The shoreless ocean of his pastimes is beyond the knowing of the Vedas of this world. Sachi had no power to understand his wild arrogance. He knew her son Nimai was very restless and mischievous. With an unhappy heart, she meditated on the Supreme Lord. One day, meeting with other women, she placed before them a question and a request. She said, "My son is very frivolous. He acts whimsically." He acts whimsically. He's very frivolous. He acts whimsically. He acts whimsically. He does not use his intelligence. He does not use his intelligence. He does one thing and says another. I have no power to understand him. He does not consider whether his actions are pure. Hearing this, the lady sadly wept. Meeting Lord Gaurachandra, they hugged him and said, why, O child, do you act so badly?" Hearing these words, Lord Gaur became very restless and mischievous. Seeing this, the ladies became sad at heart. They at once saw what Sachi had described. The ladies asked, "When did he start to act like this?" Sachi said, "I don't know what to say. One night, as I held my son in my arms, all the demigods entered my room. They placed my Nimai on a throne, falling like sticks." Falling like sticks. They bowed down before him. Rising from sleep, I saw these wonders. From that time, my son has been very independent. Hearing this, everyone truthfully said, "We think one of those demigods has entered his body." Assembling all the Brahmins, Jagannath Mishra should perform a yajna where all the demigods are called by name. In the part of the yajna where the blessings are asked, he should ask for the blessings for his son. When the demigods are worshipped in this way, the demigod that now haunts your son will leave and return to his home. Sachi, don't worry. This we say for certain. If you worship the demigods, you will become fearless. Taking the dust from their feet, Sachi bid farewell to the ladies. Then she approached Jagannath Mishra and told him all that had happened. Hearing this, Jagannath Mishra became worried. Calling all the Brahmins, he performed the yajna. Then Sachi took Lord Gaurachandra for a bath in the Ganga. She thought, now his mischievousness is ended. Lord Vishwambara went ahead and Sachi followed. She watched and watched as the Lord went into an unclean place. He touched some rejected pots and then continued on. Seeing this, Mother Sachi said, "Alas, alas, now my son is even more mischievous. He stays far away from good deeds." Then she angrily called out to him, uh, "Bad, bad." Hearing her words, Lord Vishwambar compassionately said, "What is pure and what is impure? What is religious and not religious? What is pure and impure? What is religious and not religious?" Not knowing the answers to these questions, the whole world is on the verge of destruction. Right? Huh. That's so true. So true. Yeah. This material world is made of earth, water, air, fire, ether, and form. There is nothing else. There is no religion but Lord Krishna's feet. His heart, the heart of religion says Lord Krishna is the master of all masters. The heart of religion says Lord Krishna is the master of all masters. Hearing these words, Sachi became filled with wonder. Taking Lord Gauranga with her, she bathed in the Ganga. Returning home, she said to Jagannath Mishra, "O saintly one, please hear what our boy has done. Uh, uh, our son is all yagnas personified. He knows the conclusions of religion. He alone and no one else knows it. He went to an unclean place and then he spoke words. I saw or heard. I never saw or heard a child speak." He knows the conclusion of religion. What is the conclusion of religion? What is the conclusion of religion, people? Because of not knowing the conclusion of religion, the whole world now in 2024 is on the verge of destruction. We've been teaching this for years and years and years, what the conclusion of religion is. And not knowing this, these gurus and these sannyasis and these Brahmins are on the verge of destruction. And their followers go with them. See, the blind lead the blind. See? So in another book, I think Chaitanya Bhagavat, the Lord's sitting on these rejected pots. See? And his mother says, "What are you doing in an unclean place?" Yeah, right. That's yeah, true. The vine, the juicy vine, the vine of the grape. You get drunk, you know, drunk on God's name. That's the place. You got to drink that grape juice. Yeah, the whole world now is still on the verge of destruction. Not knowing the conclusion of religion. That's why the Lord's sitting on these rejected pots. We're touching these rejected pots, and so his mother is responding like from like a brahmini, a family of Brahmins, they're responding that way. Oh, that's unclean. Those pots are rejected. I mean, we threw them in the ditch. See, and that shows you, even like from the point of view of the Vedas, that is inconclusive. And the Lord started with that level in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. I think it said, "Hey," he says, "Mother, what are you talking about? This is unclean. You offered these pots to Vishnu. They are purified now. They're not unclean. Even though they were used, they, you know, how, you can't. You see, that's even The Vedic people think of clean and unclean, and they don't have a clear idea, even on the Vedic idea, Vedic understanding. And then he goes on to say, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, he goes on to say, but mother, anything I touch becomes purified, pure enough to purify a whole universe. See, that's the conclusion of the Vedas. That's the conclusion of religion, is anything the Lord touches becomes pure and capable of purifying the whole universe. This your gurus don't know. This your Narayan Raj doesn't know. This your Ananta Das Babaji's doesn't know. They did not prove that they knew this. Because if you know that, that means you have the power that Lord Chaitanya has to know the secret of all secrets, the conclusion of religion. See, that's why a Sudra, a low-class person who is an actual devotee, because they're actually touched by the transcendental body of the Lord. They touch that body. They sport with that body. They have a picnic with that body, with that transcendental body of the Lord. They're touched by the Lord. They touch the Lord. The Lord touches them. And they are capable of purifying the whole universe of those who believes in their word, because their word is like Lord Chaitanya's word, isn't it? Isn't that same word here preaching to you the conclusion of religion that none of these gurus can tell you? That's why anybody who has the good sense to take shelter of this preaching, of this word, becomes transcendent, gets real transcendental knowledge, and understands the conclusion of religion. Abandon all varieties of materially motivated religion and religious leaders and surrender to the real Krishna, which are these kinds of truths. See? That's it, man. That's why people come in here and you can eat corn on the Sabbath, just like Jesus's disciples. You can follow or not follow Ekadasi, and you will not be held accountable for it. You will not feel guilty. You will not feel shame. And you will not be doing anything wrong in the eyes of God. You'll be doing so right, man. You're so right when you come here, man. Right before the eyes of God. You are justified just by coming here and having faith in the truth that you take shelter of, and abandon all these materially motivated religious leaders who are caught up by those principalities and can't enter the kingdom of God yet. The same level of realization is here as when Lord Chaitanya preached. The whole world is on the verge of destruction because they don't know where to take shelter. They don't know somebody who is actually touched by the transcendental Lord and empowered by that transcendental Lord to play the song of God and deliver people out of illusion. That's why the book is not quite enough. It needs to be in the hands of a devotee who has realized the conclusion of the Vedas. Okay? Because you cannot know. We cannot know. I cannot know these things on my own. Only if you're truly, genuinely touched by that transcendental Lord Chaitanya, or some other authorized form of the Lord, transcendental conception as it is of the Lord. Where you love those conceptions, you realize those conceptions, you stand for those conceptions, you stand under those conceptions, means you understand those conceptions by standing under them. That's why this is the test now. Who stands under this preaching? See, then you get the real understanding, and the Lord says, "Oh, you're standing under these teachings of my real representative in this world, my real transcendental representative of the world. Okay, well, you're standing under the most firm foundation you can find in all of the universes. See? The realized conception, the realized conception of the absolute truth. You stand under that? Oh, tell me where fear can happen. Tell me where you will not be protected by God. Why wouldn't he protect somebody that stands under the truth and under his real devotees here to preach such truths in this world and liberate the land? Anybody who abandons all varieties of these Vaishnava religions and comes to the true Vaishnava religion, which is this conception, stand under somebody who has been touched by the Lord, and then you can learn what that looks like here. They can't teach it to you. None of them can prove that they can stand under these truths, that they can recognize where a real devotee is and stand under their, holding up the real pastimes of Lord Krishna. The real pastimes of Lord Krishna are Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, here in the Kali Yuga, the real teaching, the real mercy. Yeah, you come under here, that's what you're going to get, and you're going to get the real protection. Maya, the demigods, the demons cannot touch somebody standing under the real truth about Krishna. How can it? The Lord is the controller of the world, and you've learned the lessons of Maya. Maya just gives you a spanking until you understand what we understand and stand under these truths. That's it. See, that's a rock solid. See, Govardhan Hill, that rock, solid understanding. That's where real freedom is. Freedom from all kinds of illusions. You want real wealth? The wealth that Donald Trump cannot even dream of is right here in the midst of this Kali Yuga, right here in this preaching, this little preaching of this little Sangha here. That only like 3 people are attending out of millions of devotees. Can you imagine that? Right here is the gold, the jewels, the precious resources, the ability to tap in to the source of all resources and commune with that Lord, to have that Lord as your intimate friend forever is all right here, right in the grasp of anybody. But the whole world doesn't know practically, right? That's how it is. But the Lord wants the world to know. And that's our mission, is to help people understand the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya, that he wants to make Mahabhagavats here. You can become a Mahabhagavat in this life, this very life. What is a Mahabhagavat? Oh, you get the same love that Prabhupada had for Lord Chaitanya, Radha, and Krishna, in your own particular ras. That's pretty Mahabhagavati, wouldn't you say? You can be a Sudra and have that same love, if you come here, because people have done it already. We already have prototypes. This stuff works and doesn't work anywhere else. This is the place to be if you want the Holy Grail. You don't want to drink from the Holy Grail? Well, that's right here. We prove it all the time, every day. Standing under includes to accept the process of becoming more and more conscious of him. Yeah, exactly. Under, you have to follow the process. You can't just come here and think, oh, now I know the real process, and it's not like the person who thanks for the awakening. What kind of bullshit is that? Thanks for the awakening, and then I'm going on my way. Well, that is so Mayavadi, man. And that's a donkey intelligent. Can't even understand, even though he hears my classes, obviously. He's a donkey, can't even understand. That's your punishment there, Johann. You can't understand what we're talking about here. That's pretty severe punishment to be in such ignorance. You don't have to even wait for your next life to be a donkey. You're already a donkey, already a stupid fool. 6.5 years and still doesn't understand where God is really working, where Lord Chaitanya's real mercy is. Now he wants to imitate that he knows, and by going against, this wonderful preaching here, these wonderful devotees, that is proof. That is so donkeyish, man. That is so dumb. It is so ignorant. And anybody else that has went that path. Yeah. So that's So hearing these words, Jagannath Mishra hugged his son. He said, maybe you touched an unclean place, but all is good now. You are the lamp of my family and the star of my eye. See, the Lord touched an unclean place. These are his pastimes, man. He accomplishes many things. Even the Vedas help promote his pastimes. See? And to show that there's something more. See, that's why the Vedas don't even understand the Lord's these truths. The conclusion of following and understanding the Vedas is these kinds of this understanding that this relationship, this intimate relationship is Vrindavan. It's the Vrindavan consciousness. It makes you the personal moving Vrindavan in this world. Wherever you want to go to Vrindavan, yeah, save your money, man. Find that devotee, that rare devotee, that one out of a million that manifests Vrindavan in this world. They got the order. We got the order. I got the order. Nityananda got the order. Advaita got the order. Manifest Vrindavan consciousness in this world. That's the Vrindavan. The holy Dham is two things. It's the place and the the person is much better because that Dham speaks to you. That Dham emanates real ecstatic devotion. See? And then you learn what it is. See? And you become more and more favorable to that. You become more and more submissive to that. You see, and then that's how you attain Vrindavan quickly. Otherwise, you go to the place Vrindavan, and you don't hear a person that is a person Vrindavan speaking to you these very deep confidential truths. It takes longer, much longer, many lifetimes. See? That's why you see Narayan Raj said many lifetimes before you get prema, because you're listening to him. See, if yeah, obviously the potency is not there. If the Vrindavan consciousness, the ecstatic devotion is not awakening, it's not even welcomed. I didn't see the ecstatic devotion being welcomed in that Sangha. I saw people competing with it. That's what I saw. I saw they said, "Oh, don't manifest," just like in ISKCON. Don't ever cry for Krishna, man. See, that's the fault of Vaidhi Bhakti. You even in the Vaidhi Bhakti scriptures said, "Don't cry before the deity." Oh, really? Lord Chaitanya was crying before the deity all the time. See, that's the fault in the Vedas. It's not clear. It's not that clear on the level of Vaidhi Bhakti. Yeah. Lord Chaitanya, he didn't have to go to the temple to go against that principle because he was always crying before the deity. The deity, it was before him in his chanting of the name. That personification of ecstatic bliss is in the form of the name, and he was tasting that name. He was crying right before the deity. Is he offensive? See, that's the perfection. Yeah. You don't know fully the mind of God on the Vaidhi path. You need to go to you got to be more intimate to the Lord to know what he really likes and what he really prefers. That's why he prefers intimacy. He prefers ecstatic worship, which is a symptom of intimacy. Don't you prefer intimacy in the world? Hey, how about everybody wants to be intimate with somebody that they really love and they really like? If you don't, you're a fool. You're crazy. You're insane. Intimacy is a natural feeling, human feeling. See? Well, the most intelligent are the ones who realize, yeah, I want to be intimate with God. You hear from a real devotee who preaches that. Yeah, be intimate with God. That'll last forever. This other stuff doesn't last. There's an edge to it. You're in Maya, they're in Maya. You can't help each other very well. I mean, that's okay because you got to procreate and continue the species and all that stuff. But there's going to be troubles. There always is. But man, whether you're married or unmarried, sannyas or sudra, it doesn't matter, man. Come to the devotees who have been touched by the Lord, and you'll be touched by the Lord. That's the parampara system. The real one, the real one, not the fake one being taught now, where you got, well, I'm coming to a rubber stamp guru to be in the parampara system. The person has not been touched by the Lord. You can see the symptoms of not being touched by the Lord. They're dry, 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 dry guys. And they put a few dry gals in there, like the Shamaranis and the dry gals, and everybody go, wow, you're so, yeah. No tears, no ecstasy, no transcendental laughter of communing and sporting with the transcendental Lord. Like Lord Chaitanya did, like Nityananda did, like their real followers did, which is the real line. If you don't see that in 2024, you haven't met the real line. You haven't met the real devotees. You haven't met the real guru yet. You're still in the dark, man. This is, you come here, we'll turn the lights on. Just whoop, put the switch on. The lights come on. Okay? Devotion to Krishna, love of God is the light, man. That relationship where you can see with your own eyes, and now you got a real role model, a real example of this relationship in this material, dark world, universe, dark. Without this relationship, it's dark, dark, dark. You can be in the heavenly planets and you don't see an ecstatic, intimate relationship with that transcendental Lord. You're still in darkness, man. You're praising all these people who do good deeds and everything and build hospitals and all that, and they have not this awakened relationship with the Lord, this intimate, ecstatic relationship. They're in darkness, and you're still in darkness because you're praising them. You don't know what light is. You want to be delivered, you come here. We'll teach you what is transcendental, what is really praiseworthy, which will lift you and please God on the highest level is to praise his real intimate devotees, not those who are far away from that Lord. Their lips may give you religious things and everything, but their hearts are far away from the real Lord. Isn't that? That's Isaiah. He saw that. Thus saith the Lord, he said. Thus saith the Lord, man. Your lips praise and glorify God, 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 but your hearts are very far away. You have no real devotion, no spontaneous love of God. No, you haven't been touched by the Lord through the parampara system. Okay, what do we got here? They don't even see Lord Chaitanya as the one who gives the example of devotional work. Exactly. Not only him, Nityananda, all the devotees. They show you intimate worship of the God is so ecstatic, so beyond wonderful, beyond your conception of wonderful. See, that's what they did. They came to manifest that way of worship. You know, that perfection of religion is this relationship. What are we doing here? We're teaching the same thing. That's why there's love of God in our Sangha. The Lord is pleased with this preaching. He awakens in the preachers, and he awakens to those who preach, who that listen to those opinions. See, these conceptions being taught here, if you believe, come to the point of faith in this preaching and this word and these conceptions, love of God awakens in you. That's the Lord is waiting for people to hear these truths. Steers you away from the lies of the world, right? All these obstacles. It steers you away from them and steers you right into the narrow gate. Rose goes right into the door into Vrindavan. What does it say? Sim says, oops. On the path of Vaidhi, the blind lead the crippled to the next life. Yeah, you're still blind. It's like the Pharisees. What's the difference between a Pharisee, who were the earthly gods of the time? What's the difference between them and the Brahmins now and the sannyasi gurus now? Yeah, come on. You think these guys understand the perfection of religion? It's all a big show, Kali Yuga show. You know, people are so, their consciousness is so dumbed down in this Kali Yuga. They believe in people who have they've not been touched by that transcendental Lord. They can't prove it anything. Or they depend on nice, well-pressed dhotis and gold watches and rings and you know, usurping the opulences, material opulences of the guru, you know, their guru. They take Prabhupada's buildings and reputation and all that stuff, and then they build their false house on a false foundation. See? It's not on the, you know, I don't need to build a temple. This is the temple. The temple is the proper conception of the absolute truth. This is why Bhakti Siddhanta saw he was building temples, right? And the people, they got attached to the material comforts of the temple, and they started fighting over the room. You know, these sannyasis you believe in, that you worship as good as Prabhupada and all that, they were fighting over rooms to have the best room. Do you believe in that stuff? I don't believe in any of it. The Lord's given me the proper eyes. They're fighting over these things. And you know what Bhakti Siddhanta told Prabhupada? The temple thing was a failure. Yeah, he said, if you get money, print books. And he said, you know, I think we should take, Bhakti Siddhanta said, I think we should take the marble from the floor, you know, and sell it and print books. See? So that's what we do. Their books are already printed. So thank you very much for your service out there. Okay, you printed the books. So we take those books and build the real temple, brick by brick, you know, stone by stone here. Okay? Every day we build that temple, that transcendental temple. You don't need, it's a temple. It's like they have universities without walls. Well, we have a temple without walls. We don't need them. You know, well, we have some walls, but they expand. It's just like Vrindavan. And the more people that pile into Vrindavan, the bigger it gets, the more it expands to accompany them. That's the same with the world, that the demons don't know. They think they got to destroy the world. They got to depopulate the world. It's ridiculous. It's the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my life. Depopulate. I look around. I'm here in Cambridge, and I look around. I go for a walk. Everybody's piled into one little central place, right? And I take a little walk, and then I look for miles on all sides, for literally miles. There's nothing but farmland. Nothing for miles. You know, it could be 50 miles. Nothing but bunch of, you know, farmland where you can grow shit and everything. And I don't know what they do. Then you go to the store, everything's so fucking expensive. And they got all that farmland out there. This is because people have greed in this world. And so the Lord gets tired of it sometimes with all these greedy people here, and he wipes it out. He gets bored. This world is not progressing, man. You know, people still greedy. These leaders, man, he uses them to wipe out in Kali Yuga a certain kind of population. You know, and he uses that and then he wipes out those leaders too, because they're useless in that sense. They're only useful for the Lord's purpose. And then he puts, like, the new world order is the Lord's. He's going to say he wants to order it in Kali Yuga under self-realization, understanding this truth that he said the whole world is on the verge of destruction. Do you want to be, you guys out there, you religious leaders, you want to stay on the verge of destruction, not knowing that you need to go to those devotees? We have a lot of them in this Sangha. They've been touched by the Lord, and they touch that transcendental Lord, and they can purify you, man, just by their association. And if you don't realize that, you're on the verge of destruction and you will be destroyed. That's always been the teaching, always will be the teaching. When you're lucky, you should kiss the ground when some devotees are here in this world like that. You know, Jesus was like that. That's why he said, those who believe in me and that word that he preached, all their sins are forgiven, man. They get the Holy Spirit, which draws them into an intimate relationship with the Lord. Lord Chaitanya said, those who don't accept me will be destroyed. See? And people think, well, I accept Lord Chaitanya. Oh, do you? Well, the Pharisees said they accepted God, didn't they? But were they accepted by God? Did God like them killing his own beloved son he sent to this world to save their assholes? Save these assholes, acting like assholes, right? He came to save these people. And what do? They turn against. What do they do here? They turn against. And you think you want to be saved and you turn against the saviors in this world who know this confidential truth? Yeah, they're touched by the transcendental Lord, and they touch that transcendental Lord, and they show you what that looks like in this world. In this world, which means they bring the spiritual world here, right in front of your face there, you so-called gurus out there, and you can't recognize, and you don't think you're on the verge of destruction with your disciples and your followers. It's always been that way. The blind leading the blind without being touched by that transcendental Lord and touching that Lord and communing with that transcendental Lord and showing people that you know what the fuck you're talking about, man. You know, you got no standing before that Lord. You cannot stand before that Lord. That was the preaching of St. Paul. You filthy rags, you rule followers, you're like filthy rags before that real transcendental Lord. You're on the verge of destruction. That's just the truth. I challenge any of you guys out there claiming to be high gurus and all. Come here and let's have a discussion if you got the balls to do it. But they don't, because they know they're liars and cheaters and deceivers meant to keep you followers in illusion. And you believe their stupidity. Therefore, you're blind. Go into the ditch if you want. But I'm here to warn you. And my friends here are here to warn you. You know, you're on the verge of destruction until you accept the mercy that is that we're carrying, man, that's been given to us, and we're giving it to the world. If you believe this preaching, if you're crazy enough to believe this preaching, yeah, it comes down to that. Are you crazy enough to believe this preaching? Because if you believe this preaching, all these persons on the verge of destruction will call you crazy. And that's pretty crazy to believe the truth in this fucked up world, isn't it? It's pretty crazy. It's more normal to be crazy and to be a sheeple of society and these hypocritical politicians. It's more normal to do that, right? It's more normal to accept these gurus who have no devotion to lead you into the so-called kingdom of God that they can't do. It's more normal to do that, right? That's why we only got 5 people here right now. Millions are following all these blind leaders on the verge of destruction, and you're on the verge too, unless you hear this preaching, man. You come here for 30, 60 days, you'll be convinced if you're really looking for the truth. If you're looking for a position, you will leave also and get your position. You'll take some energy here, then you can go out there and use it. You can spend that money, that wealth you've gained here, to be to be an important person, and to water that weed for a while until you run out of money. You know, you run out of this wealth, this energy, this potency. So many have done that already. And they run out, and then they're just dry as can be. And offensive, dry. They definitely don't teach Vaishnavism. See, they are bad fruits from bad trees. Yeah. Yeah, you don't. Hey, you want to go and not learn about the real disciplic line out there, you persons in so-called Krishna consciousness, you so-called Vaishnavas? Yeah, then go over there and live off those dry trees, those branches, those dead branches outstretched with no life in them. Isn't that what Jesus taught? It's always like that. That's called the false followers of Lord Chaitanya. If you're a real follower of Lord Chaitanya, you'll see the symptoms that are here. You notice people are increasing in their devotion. They're progressive here. See, you come here, you progress right before the eyes of the world. And then you look over there and you see everybody is not even moving practically in the Vaidhi sector. Because that's not the way to stay in Varnashram Dharma faith, that's going to deliver you in regulative devotional service. No, you got to meet the juicy devotees of Lord Chaitanya when they're here, when they're preaching. Hey man, I got the order like Advaita got the order. In 1996, Prabhupada came and said this ecstatic manifestation of devotion has his full approval. You don't like it? You don't believe it? Too bad for you. We'll find some others who will take this mercy. You know, you want to be live, you want the life of real bhakti, man, in this world. Well, you come here and that's what you'll get. You want death, you want to be a dead, like a dead branch on the Chaitanya tree. Go to those Radhanas, go to those Narayan Rajas. There's no life in there. Show me one devotee that has life in the Narayan Raj, and you'll come here. I'll know how you'll come here. I've seen how you are out there. You'll come here and you'll present etiquettes. You present your dry talks and understanding and your mental memorization of scriptures. But your hearts will be dry, see, and unpurified, and no life in them, because the life comes from the heart, isn't it? Isn't it? Where's the central part of life is the heart beating, right? Beating, pumping the blood. See, people's spiritual hearts aren't awakened, man. There's no transcendental blood flowing. People think the blood of Christ is this gory. Yeah, let's kill Jesus, man. Let's get him to spill all that blood. I'm going to be covered by the blood of Christ. Oh my God. What kind of thing? All this gory stuff. This is worship in the mode of ignorance. The blood of Christ. You want to be covered with the blood of Christ, man. The blood, or the proper understanding of this relationship with God, that holiness of the Spirit of the Lord, the worship of the Spirit of the Lord, the conclusive understanding of God. See? That's his life blood, isn't it? That's his life is in the blood. That's why they drain it, the Jewish people. They drain the blood because you don't want to have the life. You want to eat the death, But the blood of Christ are these conceptions and these truths. That's why he said, "I have food that you know not of." You guys, you're so hungry, and then you still haven't got the Spirit, so you can't eat this food that I eat. That gives me life to preach and to preach and to preach, to continue to preach and preach until they just stopped it. Yeah, have you got the transfusion yet? That's what it is. You got the blood of Christ in you, man. You don't need a needle being poked in there. Yeah, it's won by faith in the real devotees of the Lord when they're before you. Then you get the life that they have. What do you think you're getting here? You think it's about some position or some material wealth, some position of being a big satsang teacher or a big guru with a big title and all that stuff? No, you get the real wealth, the real gold. That's the time for that now. See, the leaders of, or the followers of Lord Chaitanya, no, the followers of Bhakti Siddhanta and Prabhupada, the leaders, they wanted these opulences that their guru had, the material opulences. They wanted the buildings. They did court cases to fight over buildings. Yeah. They wanted high titles like Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Siddhanta. See, Siddhanta, they wanted that title. See, in name only. They didn't want it. They didn't want to go the right way. The right way, you get real bhakti first, and then you get automatically the Siddhanta comes naturally. And to get that bhakti, so you get the real siddhanta, you got to follow the process by equal faith in a bona fide living guru and Krishna, that they preach to you, the real Krishna, that the books are really preaching to you, the essence, these kinds of conceptions, like the Lord here is saying. The confidential truth. See, by equal faith in that path taught here, see, all the purports of the Vedas are automatically revealed. You become automatically qualified. Like Krishna says, Arjuna, you're my devotee, you're my disciple, you're my friend. Therefore, the purports, the truths, the deep truths, the confidential truths of bhakti you're qualified to understand them. Okay? That's the situation you need. If you don't have faith in a real authority in this world like that, who Krishna's using like he was on the battlefield with Arjuna, like we're on the battlefield here in Maya, and you don't believe in this kind of preaching, you are not automatically qualified to understand these things. And proof is, not one of these gurus can come here and see this beautiful Sangha with beautiful preaching and beautiful emanation of the highest manifestation of truth that hasn't been manifested in so long. And not one of those gurus can come here, or their followers, because they're caught up in believing in the darkness as the true light. That's all darkness, man. We preach the real conception here, the deep confidential truths. And whoever comes here and follows that process will understand. You don't follow the process, you'll be like Johann, even after 6 years. Thanks for staying. I'm glad the Lord made this happen for 6.5 years, so you can see, so that we all can see that this process works. If you're not a real disciple, like he was not a real disciple and not a real friend of Guru, then he cannot understand these confidential things here. He actually preaches against them. He's so offensive. Okay? So broken bhakti creeper, it just snapped. He actually preaches against these amazing principles that we're all accepting. I'm accepting. Whoever accepting here, you stay here. He don't accept them. He's saying, I'm preaching against Veda Vyas. No, we're teaching the conclusions of Veda Vyas, the real ones. He gets the fake ones. Oh, follow rules and regulations that he can't even probably follow. I bet he's back and doing all these rules and regulations, or trying to. You'll see, right? His friend Christina goes there to ISKCON. He'll probably start going again too. Yeah. You see all this stuff working here like that. If not connected to you, the flow of spirit stops and the preaching falls back to the Vaidhi level. Exactly. It's always done that, isn't it? My ex-wife, back to the Vaidhi level. Has great faith in Nirjal fastings and all that stuff, and but just lost it, Superficial. Oh, love, 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 love. But I don't love. I have no love for illusion. You love illusion. She loves illusion. I don't love illusion. You don't. If you if you don't love the manifestation of the Lord, which is here, of the Lord's relationship with devotees on a very intimate level. Many devotees have that here, increasing every day. And you don't love that? What kind of love you have? That's a bewilderment. That's a putana thing. What is love you? I love you. Wait, bullshit, man. Do you love these conceptions? That's love. Do you love this understanding? Are you standing under these conceptions? Are you standing under the guru who teaches these conceptions? Otherwise, you're an illusion, then, and you're just nothing but illusion comes from your mouth. Ah. Okay. Tough talk, tough love today. A little bit. Well, sometimes if you're used by the Lord, sometimes you're hard like a soft like a flower and hard like a thunderbolt. That's the nature of personalities used by the Lord. If you don't have that symptom, then you're not in touch with somebody used by that transcendental Lord. That's its style. I experienced from the first hand that only here is Krishna. Yeah, you're lucky the Lord gives you that. Okay, so let's get people up here now. If Janardhan, if you're still here, can you put the link up? If not, everybody that's coming up here, go to the what do you call the Attain and just scroll up there, and you'll see the link. It says something studio. All right, we got two already. Let's see who's here. Oh, Lalita, yeah, Lalita, good. Hey, Bo there, Lalita.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Magical Guru. It's magic, yeah. It's really magic, yeah. It's unbelievable. You hear about Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago, and it's happening again. I still cannot believe that. Oh my God! And it's real now. It's real for us. We can experience that what they experienced there. The one who came with the Holy Spirit. Whoa, man! Oh man, give you the right understanding. Give you that closeness with God. Gives you, yeah, you become a devotee, you become a friend of God, just like by your association. It's always the same thing. It's wonderful because every day you are I am connected or confronted is the word, confronted with that same miracle.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
true. It is really true. I am an associate of the Lord by being your disciple. Humans toch? Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Lord has set up this scenario like to happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it always happens whenever you have. See, people don't know it as a bona fide guru. It's very rare. They kind of got a sense of it with Prabhupada in the latest, because he was special. They could see there's some special. Even the God brothers could started to see there was something special there. Because when the Lord starts really amping up their activities, really like increasing the potency. You see, this would blow people's minds if we just like went right to it like this. No, it's a gradual increase of the potency so that the world gets used to it. So the devotees, we all get purified in the Lord's amping up his energy. That's why, hey man, we're just getting rolling here.
Yeah. Yeah. The biggest miracles are for me that when I start reading a verse, that I don't have to translate it literally or talk about it literally. That I get those woo, those words of God who start to explain those verses. It's going on for a while now, but yeah, that is unbelievable. You cannot explain that to anybody. What
No,
you experience, what God really gives you. You
no.
cannot explain it. People need to experience. Uh, and I want to encourage everybody to keep on going because it's wonderful. That is really wonderful. That's one surprise after the other that he's showing you, and that is, oh my God,
Mm.
I still cannot believe it.
Yeah. Transcendental activities in this world. Yeah, this is yeah, and it's just like, God is in you, and He gives you that vision to see what the scriptures are really about and how to relish them and taste them. And yeah, I mean, it's just like a lifestyle. He said that's a spirit lifestyle, living by the Spirit. Yeah. So that's what devotees do here. It's like God and man together again. And this is, there's
Yeah,
things in the Bible that talk about the angels are jealous of this, for the God to give this kind of relationship. And that started with Jesus. And with Lord Chaitanya, it's again like that. It's very enviable position to be united like that. But, it's not like it's accessible for everybody. Everybody can come and
yeah,
get this.
yeah,
But yeah, you just got to go through the process. And we are talking about this with Noodles and Pani last night, about why do some people, like, awaken quicker than others. And everything. Well, there's a time for sowing and a time for reaping, and everybody's, kind of different stages. And so you might be reaping what you've sowed in other lifetimes now, to an extent now, and then there's some still more sowing going on, because it's like plants. They have shoots, and they shoot up, and then there's more part of the plants that shoot up and all of that, so it becomes a big bush. And so that's bhakti is like that, where these bushes now being planted and more shoots, shooting up.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So sowing and reaping, and that's why
yes,
Jesus taught, what you sow, you reap.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And so the sowing here, it's an interesting thing. I wanted to do is maybe write something about this. Uh, you can, whatever your attention is the water, because the Lord has given us attention, what we put our attention on. So what you sow, you reap. So your attention, if you're sowing positive or negative things, a garden of negativity or a garden of positive, like the good or the bad, then that's what you reap, the good or the bad. And it becomes like a tree. And then you eat the fruits of that tree, which is the good or the bad or the combination. A lot of us are combinations of these kinds of sowing. But this tree, we're sowing this tree of devotion. See, putting our attention, and this is the only real water, is the chanting of the holy name with the Spirit. Really, that water, that attention, that it actually, we may have to, like, um, get that awakening that gives us that bhakti, what do you call it? Bhakti lata bija, the attraction to water this plant, because it becomes really fun and really nice and really beautiful. And we want to do it. See? So that tree grows of devotion. And then it becomes very natural. It becomes our nature. Oh yeah, we want to associate with Krishna's name. And because it gets more amazing and more blissful and more nourishing. See, the Lord is growing up in us. That's when I say I read these pastimes now. It's like, wow, this is the process. Krishna, he's growing up in us, and the mother Yashoda, or Mother Sachi, or Yashoda, to represent the mother aspect, the nourishing aspect. And so we're given the process of being like a mother of devotion. See, so we have to mother Krishna, and we have to nourish Krishna, and there's certain foods, and you got to, it becomes natural to do this. So that's, in a nutshell, that's the path we're relishing and manifesting in this world. It's
yeah.
yeah.
Your
Go ahead.
preaching as well. Your preaching is the food as well. It's also watering that creeper. It's not only the chanting; it's hearing the conclusive truth and those. Yeah,
Well, that's Krishna. See,
that's
Krishna aspect. See, to those who worship Krishna with ecstatic love, loving devotion, I give them the understanding. That's Krishna. I give
Absolutely.
them transcendental knowledge, the proper conception of how God shows up. That's Krishna. So you get that preaching, and that causes the birth of that bhakti in others, born of the word. See,
Hearing, yeah,
born of the revelation.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and if you don't come to such a situation which we have here, it passes you by, and you'll die dry. You'll die and come still back in the cycle of birth and death until the. I mean, there's no meaning of savior if it doesn't really happen and you're not that's why you got the real deal and you really following the process. You will experience being saved. You will know what that is. You could go to all these ISKCON, followers and everything and say, "Are you saved?" And it'd be interesting to hear their answers. They may think they're saved, but they have no evidence of that. There's no evidence. If you're
They cannot
saved,
prove it. They never felt, oh yeah, I feel I am safe. For me, this is very clear.
yeah,
But they, no, and you see it on their faces.
yeah. Well,
They,
you have to be awakened. Being saved means if you bind devotion, like the beings in the spiritual dimension of consciousness who are not in the material, they can be in this world, but they're not of this world anymore. They're not of this universe anymore. They're of the spiritual three-fourths of the spiritual world. And that area, that huge, blissful, ecstatic area. See, you got to manifest that here, and the only way is to be saved. You have to have the bhakti awakened in you, that birth of Krishna, the transcendental Lord awakened in you by following this specific process, which is always the same. It's otherwise you're not saved, man. You could go and have taken initiation from Prabhupada, right? And here it is 50 years later. Yeah, have you been saved? Mr. Gurus out there, you're becoming gurus because you're initiated by Prabhupada. But are you saved? Do you have that same bhakti that Prabhupada had? Do you have that love of God, pure, ecstatic love of God? And in the real line of Lord Chaitanya, which this is. This is not this Radha Krishna thing direct. No, we don't jump. This is Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. Chanting in ecstasy the holy name with prema, getting this gift. It's real bhakti through the real devotees. Are you that? And otherwise you're not regenerated. You're not until you do ecstatic worship, you're not qualified to enter the kingdom of God. You can have faults here and maybe like stuff that we haven't finished, with our still carrying some what do you call conditionings and all that. But if you have ecstatic worship of the Lord, you got this gift that's given here. You got this relationship, this that brings tears to your eyes, and you feel the holiness awaken in you. You're qualified to go there because it's whatever it is you pick up here is nothing. But you're qualified. You got the gift. It's always been a gift, wasn't it? The gift of the Holy Spirit. They told you, hey, did you get the gift of the Holy Spirit? That's what the apostles would preach. It's a gift. We got the gift. They knew they're just smelly fishermen. What are we qualified to get this? Hey, you guys, you're teaching the wrong thing in Vaishnavas. You're preaching you got to be qualified by some external things of fastings and austerities and being a superstar devotee like a Narayan Raj person. And nobody gets the real gift of bhakti except here. I don't consider myself anything like that. I'm no superstar Vaishnava. Don't have to be, but the mercy of the Lord is here. When you
yeah,
get the mercy of the Lord, your thinking is better than a perfect Brahmin that does austerities and a perfect sannyasi and follows the rules and regulations. You get a better mindset, you better understanding, a deeper knowledge. Okay? That's getting the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's what we got. Here, we have this. It is authorized, man. You know, great living. I'm sorry, I got on my soapbox a little bit. You know,
If they would feel that they are safe, they would stop controlling the situation and follow
yeah,
those rules and regulations. They are trying to save themselves. They are
yeah, yeah,
constantly
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
save themselves.
Try that's the path of works. Even see
Yeah,
when Jesus came, they realized.
yeah.
Even Paul is a great example because he was a Pharisee trying to save himself by the works, and his heart was hard. He knew it. He says, "God, you know, I never had I couldn't get the soft heart, you know, from doing all these rules and regulations. Oh, it's like filthy rags." But I found out before the Lord. See, he got the gift. You know, that came Jesus. You know, that's why sometimes Jesus does that. He was so against the Lord. See, this is conclusive, and this is Narada Muni's preaching. You know, you if you're really against the Lord, you might get self-realized because you're just going right into the fire and getting purified by that attraction through aversion.
Fight. Mhm.
You fighting. Yeah. Yeah. Jungaban went to the next level of, you know, he was a devotee of Lord Ram, and then he went to the next level to understanding Krishna by fighting. He went 21 days fighting Krishna, you know, right in the fire, you know, and Krishna's not getting tired at all. He's getting like, hey, only my Lord could be like that. Nobody could fight with him. That's a devotee. You know, he was, and they went to another level of realizing Krishna by fighting with Krishna.
Recognizing him as
Yeah, as his Lord. Yeah, yeah, and see, that's how even like a devotee like that was. He got it through fighting with the Lord, and so did Saint Paul. See, this is the conclusions of the Vedas that are not clear. It's like otherwise, how did Saint Paul? How did Paul become a saint when he was so against killing Christians?
because his eyes.
Yeah, because he fought with even Christ. When Jesus appeared to him, Jesus said, "Saul," that was his name. "Saul, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?"
Mhm.
See, when you persecute a real person who has a spirit of devotion, then you're persecuting the Lord because He's awakened those persons. You
It's
know.
the most beautiful story.
Oh, the Bible's so beautiful. I love it, man. You want to learn about the Bible? Come here, man. We'll ask
Come
some questions about things.
here.
We have plenty of answers that even the theologians don't understand.
Oh, wonderful. You have it all, Guru Maharaj. You give it all. Yeah, it's very practical. The Bible is very practical. And
Krishna is a mine. He's just a mine, full of jewels and treasures and all of that. And, this is the thing is to get this potency to connect with that mine, become, and then you can bring your tools in there and then and collect all these jewels and stuff. The mine is great. I mean, yeah, yeah, wow, it's amazing. All
thank,
right, so
thank you
yeah,
so much,
yeah,
Maharaj.
yeah. I think we'll go off so it's not too long. That's good, and then maybe
No,
you can
no,
go when you feel like it.
it's not too long. I just thank you. You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. No, no,
you
no,
just
no. I
stop.
didn't say that. No, I think no, I didn't want to go on too long this morning because I started really late. I got up late again. The picture couldn't fall down because it was still down. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see everybody a little bit later. Huh?
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare